Hello, welcome back to the channel Awesome Learning. Now we will continue with the chapter Biodiversity and Conservation. The topic that we will be doing today is patterns of biodiversity. So latitudinal gradients, little bit of geography we have to now recall the things that you have studied earlier in your junior classes. So specific diversity decreases from equator to the poles. So this equator is at 0 degree. So when you move from equator towards the poles, right? So the specific diversity decreases when you move from equator towards the pole. Similarly, towards the south also, when you move from equator towards the pole, the specific diversity will decrease, right? So let me rub this so that I can show you the other things also. Okay. Then tropics. Now you know what are tropics? Tropics of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn. So here they have more species than temperate or polar areas. So these are the polar areas, that is the pole, the North Pole, the South Pole. These are the polar areas. And the temperate regions, this is north temperate area, even the south temperate portions, यहाँ पर उतनी नहीं है specific diversity जितनी की tropics पे है. तो tropics are rich in diversity, specific diversity. So as you see here, they have more species than temperate or polar regions, right? Then here examples for latitudinal gradients. Now you have seen, you must know these examples, children. Number of bird species. Now Colombia is near equator, so it has 14,000 species of birds, and India is in tropics, so 12,000, more than 12,000 species. New York, 41 degree north, has only 105 species, and Greenland, which is very near to the poles, so it has only 56 species of birds. So you see, the countries which lie near the equator or which are very near to the tropics, they are rich in species, you see, rather than the countries which are in the temperate regions or near the poles. Okay, then tropical forest regions like Ecuador has up to 10 times of vascular plants species as compared to a temperate forest region like Midwest of USA. So temperate regions may USA lies in the temperate region. So these are not rich in the vascular plants, but the tropical forests, they are much more richer in vascular plants. Vascular plant means the pteridophytes, the higher, you can say, advanced organism, if you remember the primitive and advanced one. Okay. Then children, tropical forest regions like Ecuador has up to this I have already told you, they are actually very richer because they lie near the tropics rather than those countries or the parts which lie near the temperate. Okay, so now here let's see biodiversity, tropical Amazon rainforest. Again, because it is near the tropic, you see it is very rich. South America is the greatest biodiversity on the earth, right? And number of species in Amazon rainforest, you can see the number of species here, more than 40,000 plants, 3,000 fishes, 1,300 birds, 427 mammals, 427 amphibians, 378 reptiles, and these many invertebrates are present in the Amazon forest. This is rich in biodiversity. Okay, then here let's see latitudinal gradients, reasons for highest biodiversity or species richness in tropic. क्या reason है भाई, ऐसा क्या है tropics के पास कि इतना rich है ये tropic biodiversity में? कुछ तो होगा ना reason. The reasons are, number one, tropics have more evolutionary time. तो एवोल्यूशन जो है, एवोल्यूशनरी टाइम ज़्यादा है ट्रॉपिक्स के पास. एंड रिलेटिव कांस्टेंट एनवायरनमेंट, दैट इज़ लेस सीजनल, क्योंकि ज़्यादा चेंजेस जो हैं सीज़न के वो पोलर एरियाज पे ज्यादा पड़ते हैं। आप देखो सन के जो रेज हैं दे आर ऑलमोस्ट सिमिलर हियर इन दिस रीजन, लेकिन यहाँ तक पहुंचने में सन रेज जो हैं दे बिकॉज ऑफ द इंक्लिनेशन ऑफ द rays do not reach to the polar or the temperate regions, तो इसीलिए वहां पर एनर्जी सोर्स जो है सोलर एनर्जी जो है वो कंट्रीब्यूट नहीं कर पाती है उतना जितना सोलर एनर्जी इस एरिया में अपना कंट्रीब्यूशन देती है, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट प्रोडक्टिविटी इज हाई। ओके, then the second thing, the first topic was latitudinal gradients, which we have done. Now the second pattern of biodiversity में the second thing is area relationship. Now, according to the study of Alexander von Humboldt in South American jungles within a region, species richness increases with increasing explored area. जितना एरिया ज्यादा एक्सप्लोर होगा उतना ही रिचनेस ऑफ स्पीशीज बढ़ेगी, उतनी वैरायटी ऑफ स्पीशीज ज्यादा आएंगी, बट ओनली अप टू अ लिमिट। ये भी एक मतलब यू कैन से दैट इफ एरिया विल इंक्रीज स्पीशीज रिचनेस विल इंक्रीज बट टू सर्टेन एक्सटेंट। ओके, now, relationship between species richness and a given area is a rectangular hyperbola. Now, you know what is a hyperbola. You must be knowing this much more better than me, those who have maths and those who are very good in maths. So, this is a rectangular hyperbola. The species richness, S represents species richness, A represents area, and Y is C is equal, Y intercept. So Z slope, if we try to find out the slope of the line, so this is what we are getting the equation. The straight line equation is log S is equal to log C plus Z log A. So this is how the species richness is represented. Richness of species along with the area is represented graphically. So generally for small areas, Z value is 0.1 to 0.2, okay, for smaller areas. But for large areas, example, the entire continent, if we take the whole continent, the slope of the line is steeper and the Z value is 0.6 to 1.2. So you see area increases, so richness also got increased. So example for frugivorous birds and mammals in the tropical forest of different continents, Z value is 1.15. कितना ज़्यादा है देखो Z value, because of the because we are calculating it for the whole continent, so the area is larger. So jitna area zyada richness also increases. Okay, so this is about species richness, species area relationship.